A very famous star has gone down under. This time it is John Cleese. Everyone seems to be going to Australia these days. So he is appearing on the Project talk show. So let's see what he has to say.
And he joins us now.
Whoa.
So great to have you here.
It's lovely to be here. Yeah. I always loved this country. It's a very easy thing to say, but there's something about Australia.
Yeah.
I remember walking out of the Four Seasons in Sydney about 3 years ago, and I realised I feel more comfortable here than I do in England. I don't understand it.
It is an interesting one, isn't it? Because I think a lot of people that have gone to Australia feel the same. It is like a home away from home, normally with better weather and more exciting animals. That is basically what it is. And I can understand, especially possibly the older generation going to Australia and thinking, yeah, I could finish my life here. That seems really depressing, actually. But you get what I mean.
We should just move.
Yeah. And it's very strange because when I was a kid, I was obsessed by the Ashes, but I was an Australia supporter. Oh. So I knew all about Woodfull and Ponsford and Bradman and Kippax and Oldfield and Bill O'Reilly and Clary Grimmett. I knew all about these tests that had been played in the 30s. And then when I was 13, I changed my allegiance back to England. Oh. It was strange, though.
Well,
why?
Back.
Yeah.
Are you supporting the series at the moment?
Oh, yes.
Well, why did you leave your home country?
I would like to say that I am not really a cricket person. However, I have been sort of keeping track of this year's Ashes. Australia were 2-0 up, mainly because of England being, well, messing up. We then make it 2-1. We are going to win the fourth test, and rain makes it a draw. What? How can you have, like, 5 test matches and it end up being a draw because of rain? You just delay it, right? You either start earlier, finish later, you delay it and to the next day. All these people are paid to go and watch, and it ends up as a draw. How can an event last weeks and end up in a draw? And then the Aussies, even if we win next week, or this week now, whatever it is, how is that fair? If England win this next one and it becomes 2-2, that's disgusting. A match that lasts weeks should not end up in a draw. Disgusting. Anyway, back to John Cleese.
Money.
They need money, right? Yeah. Well, that checks out.
Everyone needs money.
If I could get paid for watching cricket on television, I'd be a very happy man.
Hey, let's talk about the show you are doing while you're here. I love this. An Evening with the Late John Cleese.
Well, I died about 6 weeks ago. You didn't read about it?
No.
Oh, it was big. It was a big story in England. Yes, I died, and then I rose on the third day.
Wasn't that big?
I needed a little bit more money.
Yes, of course.
So I came to Oz for a tour.
How did you know you were dead?
I couldn't get up in the morning. No, and I checked the obituary column, and I was in it.
Really?
What did it
It's
say?
quite a nasty
what did your
feeling.
obituary
You
say?
think, oh, I didn't know I was dead. And then what happens is that people behave as though you're not there.
Really?
Oh, yes, I said to my wife, hello, good morning, and she just looked straight through me.
Wow.
I think that's just marriage.
Yeah, it's true. That's true. I will warn you. John Cleese, I think he's possibly taking the looney pills because he has turned a little bit odd, a little bit rude, a little bit basically one of these people that's quite skeptical of everything, and the woke culture and all that nonsense. He's sort of become that, which makes it a little bit hard to put up with him. Remembering him, for example, in Fawlty Towers. I was never a Monty Python person, but Fawlty Towers was incredible, and I've seen him in other stuff. There's one about he marries a woman and the son comes back and he's a nightmare. Anyway, I can't remember what it's called now. That was on BBC, but he has turned a little bit loony. Yeah.
Now, the last time you were on, you said that you were associating with academics who had evidence of an afterlife.
Yes, well, I've been interested in this for a long time because I think that scientists know less than they think. I think there's a whole lot of stuff going on that they can't explain and that they sort of want to sweep under the carpet. And the people that I know, mainly academics, several of them are, for example, Virginia University of Virginia, who've been studying this kind of thing. It's a very, very interesting matter, and you don't get much about it on television or in the papers, except in a slightly sensational way, you know, and it's also got religious connotations, and it's not that, it's a scientific matter.
Oh, God. Now, he straight away said it's nothing to do with religion here, but this is where it's going. Straight away, his first statement was scientists know less than they believe. Scientists are always looking for the truth, but you can't just say because you don't understand something, you can put it to some supernatural power just because you don't understand it. Just because you don't understand it doesn't mean it's you know, not, there isn't a logical reason. Scientists try and find it. No, don't do this to me, John. Don't do this to me, man. And he goes to Virginia, over in the States. Well, of course you're going to get nutters over there.
So what evidence do you have of it?
Well,
there is none.
Out-of-body experiences. There are people who have out-of-body experiences when they leave their body, sometimes during an operation, and they observe what's going on, and sometimes they even leave and go somewhere else.
Right.
And then come back, and afterwards, when they reunite with their body, they have information that they couldn't possibly have had unless they'd had an out-of-body experience. There's an extraordinary story about a Hispanic in America who was in a ward for something, and she just mentioned to the nurses, she said, oh, I had an out-of-body experience. And the nurses are interested, the doctors aren't. Right. But the nurses are, and they said, well, tell more. And she said, well, I went around the outside the building. There's a tennis shoe on the windowsill on the other side. So one of the nurses went and checked, and there was a tennis shoe, and you couldn't see it from the ground. Wow. So how did she know it was there?
So have you ever...
If she has, you see, what it means is that this brain is not creating consciousness. It's more like a television set. And when the program's not being made in the set, the program is picking, the television set is picking the program up and making it transferable to you.
So is this an out-of-body experience right now?
Oh, God. It's painful. It's look, I perfectly appreciate some people believe in this sort of thing, right? And this isn't about religion. This is a separate thing, right? And some people believe in this, and fine. But to completely dismiss what could potentially be a logical reasoning. Now, straight away, talking about that story, okay, well, maybe she saw it before the operation in the corner of her eye, didn't really think twice about it, and then afterwards it sort of links together. It's just a thought that may be a logical reason behind it, because I certainly do not believe in afterlife. I do not believe in out-of-body experiences. I just don't. And fine, if you do, that's fine. I don't. I'm just thinking maybe there is a logical reason behind it.
This could be right now.
Oh, this isn't happening, does
really?
it?
Okay, so you're dead. This isn't on air. What's going on?
Some people wish it wasn't happening.
But actually, if you look at the evidence, and not the sensational stuff, but the academic stuff, there's a lot of things that contemporary science can't explain. And they're rather dishonest about it, I think, because they sweep it under the carpet and they say it's rubbish.
That's not true. That's not true, John Cleese. Scientists don't just sweep things under the carpet just because they don't know and understand something. They're always actively seeking the facts, the truth. So it's not true. Sorry, it's not true. I will believe a scientist over a sensationalist or whatever you want to call them.
But actually, there's very good academic research that suggests that it's the best explanation for some of the phenomena.
We can't...
Oh, God! Just because it's the best explanation doesn't mean it's true. It doesn't mean it's true. Oh, John, where have you gone, man? Sorry, some people behind the screen, you guys watching will be like, maybe annoyed with my reaction, but I'm getting annoyed with his reaction.
Let you go without talking a little bit about Faulty Towers. At least I can't, because I think it's one of the greatest.
I don't want to talk about Faulty Towers.
Yeah, but you know what? I mean, it's not all about you, is it? I mean, I can ask you about Faulty Towers.
Well, you can talk about Faulty Towers.
What? What a strange reaction. He is known for Faulty Towers, right? John Cleese is known for Faulty Towers. There's the whole recent thing of they're bringing it back. Whether or not they do, I don't know. He didn't want to do it on the BBC because he thinks they're too woke. Stupid. Not even a real thing. But anyway, so it's been in the news. You're on this TV to promote things, buddy. They're just playing along.
To be fair, he has done it all afternoon. So,
What kind of a name is Waleed anyway? Is it an anagram?
No, it's just Arabic. I take it your Arabic's not great.
No,
Yeah,
I tried to learn it once.
Really?
Well, there's about 4 H's and 2 K's or something. There's so many
You're not a
sounds
million
at the
miles
back of
wrong.
my
Do you
throat.
know what John is in Arabic?
Right.
Yahya. I bet you can't say that either.
Yahya.
Yahya, yeah.
Yahya?
Yahya.
Yahya.
This is
Yeah.
compelling television.
This is painful. This is painful viewing. I don't know if you guys will agree with this, but this is painful viewing. It was a little bit racist there, saying what sort of name is that? And it may be a perfectly common name in Arabic. Oh, Jesus.
It's more interesting than 40 Tires.
Well,
anyway.
I don't think it... Here's the question I want to ask you.
Well,
Of all the comedy you've seen sort of lately, this century, the last... Are there any ones that you look at and you go, I see Faulty Towers imprint on that. I see Faulty Towers in what they're doing.
that's a very interesting question. I don't think so.
Really?
Well, 40 Tires is a farce.
Yeah.
You know? I don't know. Americans don't know the word, but I think the Brits and the Aussies know farce. And it's a kind of comedy that I've always loved because it's played at a slightly higher level of intensity than ordinary comedy. And because of that extra energy, it gets the biggest laughs.
So not The Office or anything
Yes,
like
but
that?
that's a slightly distance because it's a camera on the fly. What do they call it? Eye on the wall.
Fly on the wall.
Fly on the wall stuff, which distances it slightly.
Yeah.
I think it's very funny, but it's just a different type of comedy. I wouldn't call that fast because also the point about 40 Tires is the scenes are very long. They're not short.
Yeah. Well, thank you for letting me ask that question.
Not at all.
Actually, I'm glad we got there.
And how do you say John in Arabic?
Yahya.
Yahya.
That's close. You did pretty well.
Pretty good.
There you go. You'll be speaking Arabic by the end of the night. Tickets to...
My family name was Cheese. You know that, do you?
Yes, I do. Because,
Yeah, so I could be Yahya Cheese.
I mean, it's got a real ring to it.
Yeah.
If you would like tickets to an evening with the late Yahya Cheese, they are available now. Go buy them before it's too late, obviously.
There you go. Is anyone going to see John Cleese while he's down under? Let me know in the comments, please. If you've already seen him, if he's already done shows, let me know how it was. He was a very, very funny man, and he's still got it in him occasionally. But he does seem a little bit loopy. People may think I'm wrong in saying that. Fair enough. I hold that. But it's just, it's odd. It is a little bit odd at the moment. And it's such a shame because he has had an incredible career, really incredible career. You know, everyone knows him from Faulty Towers. And it's incredible because there was only 12 episodes of Faulty Towers, but it seems like there was more. I suppose it's a little bit like The Office. A lot of Ricky Gervais shows. Ricky Gervais only does things for 2 series. And people always think there's more episodes than there are, and there aren't, but it was such an iconic show, that Faulty Towers. Incredible. And he was a fantastic comedian actor. I just think this interview was a little bit car crash. People may disagree, fair enough, but thank you for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe, and I'll catch you next time.